I'd like to call the Board of Works meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Scott, would you start us off?
Sure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Nina, would you please call the roll?
Mayor Lynch?
Here.
Member Collins?
Here.
Member Lewis? Member Sonity?
Here.
Member Williams?
Here.
We have new business. We have the bid opening, the emergency road repair of Airport and Robbins.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, members. Yes, this is the bid opening for emergency road repair of Airport and Robbins Road. It appears that we've received two quotes for the work. The first is from Milestone Contractors North, Inc., 1700 East Main Street, Griffith, Indiana, 46319. The bid from Milestone Contractors North, Inc. is in the amount of $137,629. That's $137,629. The second bid is from Reith Riley Construction, 7500 West 5th Avenue, Gary, Indiana, 46406. The second bid again is from Reith Riley Construction, Inc., and the amount is $111,580.85. That's $111,580.85. Madam Mayor, members, considering we've been moving forward with this as an emergency repair, it'd be the recommendation right now to award to the apparent low bidder, Reith Riley Construction, in the amount of $111,580.85. That recommendation, we would ask that it be contingent upon legal review of bid docs, and also understanding that this is an emergency road repair, we would ask for the board's consideration to make this approval, allowing Mayor Lynch to execute the contract upon completion and legal review. Any questions?
We need a motion to such.
I'll make a motion that we accept the recommendation from the Community Development Department to accept the lower bid and award it to Reith Riley for $111,580.85, contingent upon legal review, the law department reviewing to make sure that the quote is in compliance. So that's my motion.
I second that motion.
We have a motion by Scott, seconded by Joetta. Is there any discussion?
Just have a question on funding, Madam Mayor, or maybe Nina or AJ. Where is this money coming from, since it's an emergency expense that wasn't budgeted?
The intention was to use the CCD fund for this repair.
Okay. So there is sufficient money to pay for it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Are there any other questions from the board? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And Madam Chairman, I think the second part of the request of AJ was that the board consider authorizing you upon my review of the contract to execute the contract so we can move forward.
Does that have to be a separate motion?
I think it does.
Okay.
I didn't catch that.
So I would ask the board for a motion authorizing the mayor to execute the contract upon my review.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we allow the mayor to expedite the contract to get this repair going as soon as possible upon our law departments and the attorney's review.
Second.
We have a motion by Scott, seconded by Steve. Is there any question? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, AJ.
So we have permission to seek bid for Phase 2 of the 2021 street paving and repair project.
Yes, the Department of Planning and Community Development is asking for the Board of Works approval to solicit bids for the Phase 2 of 2021 paving. As you'll recall, recently we received word from the state of Indiana that we were successful receiving $1 million from the Community Crossings Matching Grant. So we would like to then proceed with soliciting bids so we can start that work later this summer.
Is this is not an additional $1 million. This is the only $1 million appropriation that we were seeking, correct?
This is us successfully receiving another $1 million from the state of Indiana in round 1 of community crossings for this year. We've previously been discussing in the past when we talk about Swanson, Central Avenue, Lute, and Aspen. We've been talking about 2020 round 2 monies.
Okay.
This was a recent announcement made by the state. So this is an additional $1 million matched by the city's local match to move forward with a series of other projects that were included in that application.
And we matched that through our wheel tax funding.
We're matching that through multiple sources this year. Wheel tax will be one. We may use some of the balance of CCD, and the Redevelopment Commission has offered $250,000 as a local match to the Hamstrom Road project.
Okay. Well, thank you for that clarification. I make a motion that we allow the Community Development Department to seek bids for Phase 2 of the 2021 street paving repair projects.
I second that motion.
We have a motion by Scott and seconded by Joetta. Are there any questions? AJ, I believe this McCool and Hamstrom?
Yes, Madam Mayor, so this includes McCool Road, reconstruction of McCool between the Iron Horse Heritage Trail and Lenberg Road, but it also includes repaving the length of McCool Road from Portage Avenue to Central Avenue. It includes a reconstruction of Hamstrom Road from Portage Avenue to the end of the Central Avenue East project, so approximately Hamstrom and Main Street East near the promenade. And it includes a number of streets in the Myers Elementary School area.
So Nina, how are we doing on the wheel tax money? Is that coming in or? And Nina did say that this comes from.
We can also use the MVH restricted if need be.
So this was an additional blessing to us.
Right. You
because
just
they
got to
did-
match it.
We've got it. So,
Good.
I mean, AJ checked with Nina before we made the application. So,
Yeah. Well, that's great.
so if there are no other questions, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
So we have the approval of the Police Department Collective Bargaining Agreement.
If you'd like me to, Madam Mayor, I can sort of address this very briefly.
Yes, please.
So, as you know, we've been going through some bargaining with all the units except for fire. That one wasn't out yet. This is the first one off the block. The police. And to give you all have it in front of you, so I won't read the whole thing, that would be incredibly boring and long, but I will touch on some of the finer points, and as you are all probably aware, this will be coming in front of the City Council tonight for consideration as well for the funding aspect of it. But just to draw your attention to a couple of points. One is we bargained a one-year contract, so it runs from January 1st of this year to December 31st of this year. This contract was much like the other ones in evergreen. So this will shore up that period of time for evergreen and get us through the end of this year. I anticipate toward the end of this year, once we have better understanding of our finances, year end, we'll be able to start looking at our next maybe multi-year contract. But notwithstanding all that, as what we're looking at today, we did some sort of general language change, and I would certainly welcome Colin and Deb if I miss something or misspeak, or the police chief also. The financial aspect, the most glaring is the wages aspect. So we bargained a 5% increase. There was already 2 in your salary ordinance, so this juices up another 3 to take a total of 5. We did add another tier of longevity for the higher, the longer serving officers. We took 24 years of service or better up to 4% longevity. The other big change was that we made a change to the retiree insurance benefits, which mirrors the current fire contract with respect to that benefit. Let me see what other things. We made some changes to the canine officers' compensation and how that is calculated. That had very little impact on the dollars and cents, but it's a different way of calculating. Instead of a stipend, it sort of tracks raises. We extended the evergreen period from 2 to 3 years. We changed a little bit of funding for court time, or when they're called out for court time. Certainly canceled court time. Let's see what else jumps out at me that you might find interesting in. A couple of changes to how seniority is calculated. That really didn't have much impact on anything. We changed a little bit of the grievance procedure. That was more for my benefit. Currently the contract's all read that step 2 was taken to the Human Resources Department, since we don't really have one of those, and I've been the de facto Human Resources Department. We changed that to our city's designee. That's in our agreement. And we added in, sort of tracking what the council had done previously, we added into the holidays MLK Day and the day after Thanksgiving. It was a bit of a change. What am I missing here, Colin? Am I missing something?
So we also added language in for paternity.
That's right.
That was something new.
And that one was born of just trying to clarify. So currently our MI, thank you, Councilwoman Podgorski. So the MI didn't really speak to paternity, so I was having to approve or not these MI requests for paternity-like circumstances. If there was caring for a sick relative, there was something that had occurred with the pregnancy, or the mother had to be bedridden, or the child was premature. We were couching those under kind of the MI for that, but we clarified for paternity up to 2 weeks after the birth of a child. So I think that makes it clear for everybody, and so you know what to expect.
And Dan, just to be clear, they can use more time if the
Yes.
child is sick or they need to take care of a spouse. They can use more MI time. This is just a guaranteed, I think we said 10 days equals 2 weeks for them. If you have a child, you can take 10 days off.
Thanks, Carl.
And then the last thing was the reason we have this coming up tonight, why I was a little bit rushed, they just ratified it yesterday. There was a change in the state law regarding their pensions and how their pensions are calculated. So as of May 14th, the amount will lock because of the way their pension's structured here in Portage with a higher rank, and it will set to the lowest non-promoted rank. But they've grandfathered in existing departments that have this kind of structure for a higher pension base. But we have to get this changed by May 14th with the state in order for this year's to qualify. So hence the reason for a Board of Works meeting tonight and a City Council meeting later.
And as Council President Zilli indicated, the police union have already ratified this, so really this is step 2, and the council meeting would be step 3, and then we're there. So I would recommend that the Board of Works approve this contract. If you have questions, I'm certainly able to answer those, or Councilwoman Podgorski or Council President Zilli, who are also in attendance at the negotiations, can weigh in as well if you guys have any questions.
I would just like to comment that I know Attorney Whitten, the mayor's office, along with President Zilli and Councilperson Podgorski, have worked very hard in getting this contract to come about. Many hours of negotiations and time and commitment. I would like to recognize them for tremendous effort, great effort in making this happen. And because it's not the only contract you got out there, so it's one of 3 that we hopefully get behind us and get approved. So with that said, I make a motion that we approve the Police Department collective bargaining agreement for the 1 year as negotiated from January 1, 21 to 12/31/21.
I'll second it.
We have a motion by Scott, seconded by Steve. Is there any further discussion? Any further questions? If not, Nina, would you call the roll, please?
Councilperson Collins, Councilperson, I'm so sorry. Member Collins?
Yes.
Member Sonity?
Yes.
Member Williams?
Yes.
Member Lynch?
Yes. Is there any other business to come before the board? If not, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, everyone.